capture this week through the vlog. There's some really cool things happening this week. One of them being Imbolc, which I'll talk more about this pagan holiday and how I will be celebrating it. And it is also the week of my shamanic graduation. For those who don't know, I entered a shamanic apprenticeship this month of last year. It has absolutely changed my life, my medicine, my work. So I will soon be stepping out as a shamanic practitioner. And I haven't really captured much of the experience besides every single word that I've written down in my journal, but nothing publicly, just felt right. And kept the experience really sacred. So, hi Odin. Odin has been loving sitting next to me whenever I'm at my altar. That is a sign that an animal is here to work with you, with your medicine, with your magic. So those two events are happening this week, pretty big. So I wanted to bring you guys along the journey. There also might be a new moon or a full moon this week. We'll see. But to start, I'll show you where I'm beginning this week, this Monday. Begin the week. I like to do this on Mondays, as I consider Mondays the beginning of a new kind of work service week. Service in my business, service in how I can share. I pull a card to represent that. And this morning I received the Elder. So this is kind of like an archetype or an essence, an energy that I know I'll be working with a lot this week. So I keep it here upright to keep it in mind. The oracle deck that I pulled from is Angels and Ancestors. And this ancestral altar will look familiar to you if you saw my Yule video. But I am here this morning just giving gratitude to my ancestors. Something I do every morning or every day, either here or when I'm out in nature. But Imbolc, as you can see on my pagan altar cloth, Imbolc begins February 2nd, and we do honor the Celtic goddess Brigid. So this is a card that represents her energy. I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. And I got this card from this deck. Really awesome deck if you connect with feminine energy, feminine goddesses, important feminine figures in our world, spiritually, evolutionary, leadership-wise. So I'll be honoring Brigid on the ancestral altar this week as well. This is my morning. I'll take you guys throughout the rest of my day and into the week. Today I'm getting on a consult with a potential client to see if I can support her with a specific challenge she's moving through. Going to see if I can support her with my shamanic medicine. And also I'll be going live on my Instagram to share more insights about this new course I'm bringing to Earth called Awaken the Ancestors, my first ancestral based course. It's so cold. It has been close to negative degrees today, but I wanted to take this moment to honor my ancestors, the theme of this week. And I just notice that even though the cold is uncomfortable, there is also an interesting comfort that I can't explain to many people. Although if I were to explain it to my ancestors, they would get it because they lived in sub-zero temperatures. So it does bring me joy to see the snow-covered hills. Had a beautiful day connecting with so many people to do work with them, and another way of honoring my lineage by sharing that medicine. Good morning. It's Tuesday. I'm doing some really light getting ready for the day. I'll share with you what I have going on, but it just felt like a fun time to come on and share some insights and reflections from my guide that I've been kind of seeing in the world. So where do we begin? Oh, how much are we doing today? That's always a good question to ask. So I was driving this morning. By the way, we had a beautiful, beautiful sunrise. Another thing about, ancestral knowledge and wisdom is if you feel a certain connection to sunrises or sunsets, there is definitely a reason why. Many pagan traditions, ancient traditions, celebrations, festivals, a marking of a significant time was revolved around the sunrise and the sunset, as well as the moon phases. So a lot of the time, that's when, since there was no clocks, our ancestors planned for things. Pretty interesting. So I was looking at the sunrise this morning and I was just remembering that. It was so beautiful. I wish I could have videoed it for you, but I was driving and just trying to be safe, I was getting back from where I was coming from this morning, and it is pretty icy on the roads, so I just drive slower to be safe again. And I was coming out onto a 4-lane kind of roadway, and there were a lot of cars coming through, and again, just being mindful of the ice, and just slipping in general. And the person behind me was honking quite a bit. And I was like, okay, still not gonna move. I'm gonna wait till I feel like it's a good time to come out into this road and be on my merry way. And just kept on honking. I was like, all right, this person's feeling pretty impatient this morning. That's okay. And then when they came around me, they flipped me the bird and then spit off and then was weaving crazy in and out in front of all these cars. So I just kind of laughed. I already come out every day feeling pretty protective, so I don't absorb any of that nonsense. But just an interesting reflection, because not too long ago I was in journey space with my guide, and we had a little conversation about perceptions and about knowing who we are and having our own perceptions or ideas, how we see ourselves being more important than how other people perceive or see us, because who knows yourself better? You do. Well, I hope you do. That's a really important thing to discover in this lifetime. But especially when it comes to fear or feelings around how does this person see me, right? Like, could easily go into the narrative of that person thinks I'm a bad driver, that person thinks I'm this, I'm that. And Owl, my guide, reminded me, and my teachers, as I shared with them that journey, we must value our own idea of ourself, our own reflection of ourself, who we think and know we are, over anything else. So that's something you needed to hear today, then that's something you can take with you. So just kept that in mind, kept rolling, and stopped on the way for a matcha, and we keep it pushing. So today I'm gonna be sharing some more stuff for the community on my page, my Instagram page, which I'm super active on, by the way, if you didn't know. If you don't want to wait a week or two for a YouTube video here, I post on IG at least 3 times a week, and I'm always sharing stuff on my story as well whenever I feel called, which is quite often. Truthfully, everything that I share on Instagram is never forced. It's always because I love sharing, and I love teaching, and I love spreading knowledge and insights and wisdom. So come over there to enjoy some more. Today I am having, outside of that, I'm having a meeting with co-founder and sweet friend of mine, Ashley from Align Within. We might be collaborating soon on some things, so I'm excited for that. If you don't know Ashley, you can check her out. I'll link her here. She does really wonderful work with the Akashic Records, soul lessons similar to me, loves connecting to earths and animals, loves celestial and star knowledge and frequencies and all that fun stuff. So yeah, she's an amazing person. What else is on the agenda today? I don't know. I guess we'll flow. Those are the 2 things that I immediately know of, so they are obviously the most important, and the rest I can kind of just flow with and see where we go. But yeah. All right, I'm gonna finish getting ready, and I'll see you later. I have some downtime before my meeting, and I am down the rabbit hole of bridal things, because if you didn't know, I'm getting married in 2024. Me and my fiance are having a pagan wedding, specifically Norse. So right now I'm working on getting together a bridesmaid proposal box for my bridesmaids, maid of honor. And I'm trying to do it witchy. I think I'm trying to do candles, sustainably sourced smudge sticks, candles for intention, smudge sticks for clearing out the X's, you know. That was what I was gonna write on the box. What else was I gonna put inside? Some herbs, maybe some moss if I can find, crystal maybe, and a few other, I guess, kind of more traditional, like, fun things. So yeah, I think tomorrow I'm gonna go to a craft store and try to do it DIY. I love handmade things. A lot of things that I'm finding online I can make. I'm pretty creative. I love creating with my hands, and I think it's just an extra source of love if these are being delivered to some of my closest friends who I'm asking to be my bridesmaids and maid of honor. So yeah, I'll share more with you tomorrow, if I get anything, but that's what I'm doing. Just looking on Etsy for inspo because I love handmade things. And why not make it myself? And in case you were wondering about the vibe, these are some photos I was sending my mom for inspo. The velvet is because I think we're going to be using a lot of velvet, and I think the bridesmaids might have velvet dresses or velvet outfits of some sort. And of course, a pagan cannot be without candles. So I was just invited by my friend and fellow shamanic practitioner, Shannon. I'll leave her here because she's awesome and has wild, beautiful medicine. She invited me to an Imbolc ceremony. Me and Shannon always laugh because I am more Norse. I have very little Celtic DNA, but I still like to honor it. And for my shamanic training, I chose to learn both Norse and Celtic medicine. And Shannon took the same training as me, but she is way more Celtic and a little bit Norse. So we complete each other in that way. And she always guides me to learn even more from her point of view, Celtic history, medicine, and I for the Norse for her. So she just let me know she's holding an Imbolc celebration. Brigid is her favorite goddess. I really respect Brigid too. She's supported me a lot on this path. And she let me know that tonight, the 31st, is when Brigid, the goddess, begins to walk and bless the land. This is of Ireland, but can be felt and seen all over the world. Some of her symbols are Brigid cross. I'm gonna hang this outside the door as like a welcoming of her. I will also do a blessing of hers to bring new life and new energy into the home. I mean, this day really is all about new beginnings. It's where we cross the threshold into when it is actually lighter outside than it is darker. After we completed winter solstice, although the light was returning, it was still mostly dark, and now it is becoming more light as we approach spring. So I'm also going to bring some ritual items, and we're going to be celebrating as a sisterhood. I probably will not record, but I'll bring my camera anyway, my phone, which I've been using to vlog. I do have a fancier camera. It's just more convenient to use my phone. So yeah, I'm gonna do that now, and we'll be bringing over some ritual items. I'll show you what I pack and why as I go over there this evening. So here are my ritual items for Imbolc. My drum, water I collected in Ireland from Brigid's well. This is just a little bit because I have a whole nother jar, but just for the ritual, I only need that much. An apple to cut in half to reveal the pentacle. Also apple symbolizing prosperity, blessings, wealth, just joy, sweetness. In this it's almost like a pagan New Year, I would consider Imbolc. 3 white candles. 3 is a shamanic number. 3 is a shamanic number, and white is for new beginnings. Again, this kind of like New Year essence that we tend to have during December is truly comes forth at the beginning of February. And this is just my drum beater. Oh, and blue cloth or Brigid's cloth. I definitely recommend looking that up if you want to learn more about why cloths are connected to Brigid. It's actually close to 9. I haven't been in bed all day, although there's nothing wrong with that. But I did come back to bed after waking up at 6 to nap and rest. The message today is to rest. Beautiful ceremony last night, held by my friend. A lot released, a lot received. Beautiful message from a essence of Brigid, which is Baba Yaga, or the Kaliak, as many know her. Her message was firm, as she tends to be, but beautiful. She says to me during that ritual, when asked about, is there anything I should know about the challenges I've been through? She says, everyone goes through challenge. Challenge is part of the human experience. It makes us grow. It doesn't make you special in any way based on what kind of challenges or why, but it is special what you do with your challenges. And that hit me like a ton of bricks, and why I'm so tired today. So I'm just honoring my sleepiness. I pulled an oracle card this morning. Felt good on the morning of Imbolc. I keep saying Imbolc. It's Imbolc. I don't know why. Just roll with me. It was all about leading with more of my feminine energy. And I relate. Because masculine energy has been strong. I've been working on a lot of things behind the scenes and in preparation for my graduation this Friday. A lot of things in terms of my work, my service, getting on meetings. So now it just feels like a wonderful time to rest. Oh. But I've been here for a bit and I feel ready to get up. I'm gonna go to craft store, like I mentioned yesterday, to go see what I can find for bridesmaid boxes and a new frame for a photo that was gifted to me by Ashley from Align Within, and it is a photo of Sweden taken by I'll put her name below here, Johan Yinten. Might be different. I've been subscribed to her for a while, but haven't watched a single one of her videos. I don't know why. They're all videos that I would absolutely love and enjoy, because I have Swedish ancestry, I love nature, I love singing, and I love art. And that's her whole vibe. But this photograph of Sweden was gifted to me. It was her photo that she took and sold, I suppose, as a print. Ashley gifted it to me, and when it arrived, the frame broke, so I need to get a new frame for it. Hopefully I can find one that is the right size, because it is a big, beautiful photo. I'll show you it. The sun feels so good. It's been almost 0 degrees for the past 3 days, and sometimes feels like the negatives. And now it's like 30, 40 degrees and really sunny, so definitely gonna need to do some sunbathing today. Normally I take my daily walks. Had to pause because of the cold. Just not safe. unless super bundled up. But I like to feel free on my walks. I was gonna take a walk today, but we'll see how the days go. I'm not gonna force anything. Maybe it's just a gentle walk around my little neighborhood. Here's the photo with some fun light from our window. I do need to fill this in, just did not have the time. And I don't have the proper framing paper, so you can see little Odin in the background. It is Thursday, connecting to the birds and to the mountains, feeling immense gratitude today, listening to the sounds of nature. I am one day away from my graduation as a shamanic apprentice. I'm with my puppy Storm. She's wearing a muzzle because she has very severe anxiety, and it can be a little bit troublesome if we encounter dogs off leash, on trail, or people just in general. She's a little bit more anxious around other dogs. Oh, I forget what kind of birds those are. They're so beautiful. They're like ombre blue. There's a whole trail of them. And Storm, it's really good for her mental health to hike, as I feel like any animal, and humans are animals. We are the human species of animals, but nonetheless we are animals and we thrive in nature, so we love doing this. I try to get out with my dogs every day, except when it's too freezing. But today is beautiful, as you can see. Not much planned today, other than just enjoying the moment and being in gratitude. So interesting, I just came across, I don't know what these are, spike markings? Something like that? But they're in the shape of the rune Utala, which is the rune of tribe and the ancestors. And as you all know, ancestors was the card I pulled for the theme of this week. They are so strong. I feel them so strongly. Just about to journal some thoughts that want to come through in preparation of tomorrow's graduation. And the moment I wrote down graduation in my notepad, my guide said, "It's not a graduation, it's an initiation." So I'm gonna pull, that's my fiance playing video games if you hear him cursing. And reminiscing about the military that he used to be a part of. Anyhow, I'm pulling some oracle cards to ask and connect with my guides. What does this initiation have in store for me? And I'll show you the results. The blueberry tea is done. I know blueberry tea might sound interesting or different for probably many of you, besides my Scandinavian sisters, especially any Finnish folk who watch my channel. When I went to Finland, I became obsessed with blueberry tea. and now it's just my new way of living. So this is what came through. I'll share a little bit about each card and what deck they're from. Again, apologies if you hear my fiance going cray-cray. So the first card is from this deck. And it is November's Sanctuary. I'm not going to read the whole page, but I'll share what pops out for me. This is funny. Accompanied by her animal companions. That is my dog Storm's little head. Yep, say hello. And the soft glow of candles. I was just about to light a candle, but the wax was all gone. A tarot pack and a hot drink. She knows that time dedicated to rebalancing her energy, connecting with her highest self, and aligning with her true intentions is time well spent. What I get from this is more being, less doing. And that everything is done. All the work that has been done, all the learnings, all the teachings, especially the shadow work, for now, is at rest. And I can start to be more than ever before. So, beautiful message from the first card. Let's go into the second. This is the White Light Oracle. This card and the one that I just read. This line is sticking out to me. She can be a demanding teacher, requiring us to reflect upon the mysteries she presents through her dreams, inspirations, meditations, then proceeds to unravel them. As we do so, we develop our inner capabilities to become stronger. These wild feminine creatures can be gentle or fierce, or a combination of both. Love that. This one speaks a lot of symbolism here that I've encountered many times on my journey. Seeing the sun moving through challenge, venturing beyond. Victory. Angels and ancestors. And we have the Peacekeeper. The biggest thing I take away from this card is knowing when to take action and when to do nothing. Huge theme that began the start of my apprenticeships with my teachers. It is now Friday. I brought my pup Odin to the dog park because he loves dogs and loves people. And I love dogs and people who I get to connect with. As I was talking, Odin was in the middle of going potty. But it's a great opportunity to connect with other people, to connect with nature, and just watch my dog live his best life. So that's what I'm doing to begin my day and celebrating my initiation from apprentice into practitioner. And today I'm going to be sharing some readings at a local shop here that I come to every Friday to promote and share runes and tarot and channeling that I do from a shamanic perspective. And then I have my last class, my last call. bit of reading for some souls that came into the shop today. The sessions were incredible. We did some really deep diving, some really deep healing, and oh, it was so wonderful to support those women. About to get on a call in a bit for our closing ceremony. I brought Celebrations, a vegan cupcake from an organic bakery. I got there 10 minutes before they closed, and then we'll probably get drinks tonight to cheers and continue celebrating into the weekend. No, you can't have any, you silly girl. Well, it is officially the next day. Our ceremony was beautiful. We watched a lovely montage of photos and just capturing the experience of this year in video and photo. It was really, really beautiful. Yeah. Celebrated after with a drink and just relaxing, reflecting, talking to my group, determining ways in which we'll stay in touch. And today is a special day. Last day I'll capture on this vlog, because today is the day that my teacher said to step out for ourselves and our work. So today is kind of the day in which we emerge in our own way as practitioners, as shaman. So I'm gonna let spirit guide that today. I really feel called to go outside, to drum, to possibly wear my cloak, because I know that this cloak is going to be a big part of all the ceremonies that I hold, so I will probably be wearing that. Today is also the full moon. So special. Full moon in possibly Leo. Let me double check that. Yeah, so that's what we have today. This morning I'm going to start by doing a little cards, just connecting inward, listening to messages, etc., etc. I'm also dressed for the gym, so I'm gonna move my body, and then we'll play outside. So something I wasn't expecting to do today was to paint my face, warrior paint. This is actually something that my ancestors did and took some inspiration from them, but actually the origin of this face paint comes from a person that I trained alongside in our group, our shamanic training. The prompt was to draw or paint each other as we see them, and I was paired with her, so this is how she painted my face. A lot of inspiration of the warrior. Tiwaz is a warrior rune. She also painted it inspired by my guide owl. So I decided to recreate it today, but with my own hand, because I felt that that was really symbolic to step out into the world as ourselves. So I'll be wearing this face paint today as I drum outside. And now we've incorporated hair magic. A very important part on my journey, as I learned from a very ancient ancestor, that my hair is magical. I believe that everyone's hair is magical, but specifically in this journey, my ancestor taught me how I meant to use my hair, the potency of it, how a lot of my power resides in my hair. I believe this is why many of the women during the Viking era dressed up their hair like this. A lot of the shamans and witches, especially, they knew.